everyone! Welcome again to Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. My name is Tynaeus Vane, and you may notice that this is a very big lack of Dark Souls 3. But, you know what? I was fooled. I was fooled in more ways than one. Last I checked, it was when I checked first, it was March 26th. Turns out that was a release date of when it was actually going to be released. Yeah, so, you know, those privy to that information we're released it, so. Come April 12th, expect some Dark Souls 3 content from me. Yeah, so here we are at Drangleic Castle. I'm gonna try and focus more on keeping it in this world instead, so if that makes any sense. This video I'm gonna try and focus and keep this more Dark Souls 2 related. Something I'm gonna be trying, just so you know, maybe trying something new. So, funny story, these guys are going to be waking up. They're made of stone, but boom, boom. Look at that. You missed. So honestly, I don't know how to deal with these guys effectively. So I'm just gonna try this, and I missed both times. And I lost all the health. Like, I didn't even hit them once. How did I not even hit them once? I've been having just a ton of troubles with my D-pad recently, where it doesn't like staying on one thing whenever I go like down. Sometimes it hits it like 3 times. Seriously, it's been. I once had it hit it switched items 3 times, and I've died numerous times because of it. Just gonna wait for these guys to turn around, and then I just do all the damage. Right, now I'm basically just trying to take these guys down one at a time. Okay, I feel like I'm hitting them, but it's probably the range on this thing is just very deceptive when I'm two-handing it as such. So, I'm gonna try this. Nope, missed. He's just guarding. Stop guarding! Flip up one of these. Because I really don't want to waste another flask if I don't have to. You're not stone anymore. Oh, you do that thing that's in animal. Okay. So I really want those guys that set. You know, just because. I feel like because I'm wearing these shorts, I'm gonna catch my death of cold. Alright, so tip that you need to keep in mind, you want to kill these guys around these statues. Uh-oh. I am become air. Run, please. That's something I noticed as well, and I don't know if this is a game mechanic or not, but like, if I run out of stamina, all of a sudden I can't use any more stamina. Like, I have to wait for it to fully recharge before I can sprint. And like I said, I don't know if that's a game mechanic or not. Right, now, if you notice that the souls go to the golem, this is actually lore related. It actually kind of makes me think. Those faces remind me of the Titanite demons from the original Dark Souls. Basically, this is what the giants came from. Basically, this is what the king brought home with him. When he went to fight the giants. I forget if we saw that already. If we already kind of established that yet. combustion and fire seed. I don't know if I'm actually gonna upgrade. I'm pretty sure I haven't upgraded a single bit of my You. I'm just gonna drink here because I know the next bonfire is really close. I just need to draw one of these guys. Like, there were 3 of them around here. I killed 2 of them. Where's the 3rd? Oh, there he is. Oi, you, this way. Your souls are... all your souls are belong to me. And... wrong one. Well, it's a good thing I saw the other guy. Yeah, see ya, come on. So one thing I've actually noticed is that something, there is an armor set that might be really handy in, against those, shade guys. I was thinking about this before, and, I don't know why I didn't utilize it sooner. Why are there 2 more of you? Where did you come from? But basically, you could use the, old iron armor? Yeah, there it is. The old ironclad set, or the ironclad set, depending on which one you prefer. The ironclad set is actually, I think it's a little bit better than the ironclad set, but I don't know. But basically, negates all, it negates all critical hits, basically meaning that you can't get backstabbed. All right. Now that that's open, we are going to do one quick... Oh, come on. Where do you guys keep coming from? Like, seriously, these guys... Like, I've not noticed so many guys coming from this way. Are there any more of you popping up down here? Pointless, yeah. So, look at this corner. Try attacking. Guess what? Wrong one. 2-hand it and swing. You're gonna be finding a lot of these guys soon. We are gonna rate it because guess what? It's true. Then there's try attacking and then hurrah for something. Actually, I'm gonna rate that one as well. There's another cyan knight that comes alive over here. Shibbity shabbity. And I missed. How did I miss the second one? Shibbity shabbity. And then, a statue. A dicey. I'm not a lichen. See, there, I have a problem with that. Like, my stamina bar empties, and all of a sudden, I can't run. Even though I have stamina. If you can see, there's a ghosty guy here.
Who are you? And by whose permission do you stand before me? This castle is the domain of King Vendrick. Is your trespass intentional?
His Highness. Where has he gone?
You are a guest of our castle. I am the Chancellor, Belaga.
Do you seek an audience with my lord, King Vendrick? Unfortunately, His Highness is absent.
My lord, the king has... The queen has taken him. My lord made magnificent findings on souls. An accomplishment for the ages. He vanquished 4 great ones and built this kingdom upon their souls. Our king has watched over this land since ages long, long ago. King Vendrick. We must fight back, or the giants will take Drangleic. The king had a dear queen, a woman of unparalleled beauty. Long ago, the queen came to us, alone, from a faraway land. She warned our lord of the looming threat across the seas, of the giants. The king crossed the ocean, and defeated the giants, with the queen at his side. The king commandeered their power, and golems. With the golems, the king created this castle to celebrate victory and to show his love and his gratitude to his queen. The queen brought peace to this land and to her king. A peace so deep, it was like the dark. Is this some sort of a dream? Where am I? What has happened to our castle? Who are you? And by whose permission do you stand before me? Welcome, visitor. Tell me if you should require anything.
Alright, so who's this guy? He is the Chancellor Willager, or Willager, or however you say it. Basically, he is, he's a ghost. I honestly don't know why he's a ghost, why he's here. But, you know, that's,
My
oops.
lord may...
Oops. Wrong one. I didn't mean to talk. Buy item. He sells flambergers and lucernes, but we're going to find enough of those later on that it's not going to matter. He also sells bracing knuckle rings. He sells, magic bolts, lightning bolts, and arrow, similar with arrows. He has an endless supply of repair powder, so that's really handy. Great magic barrier. I'm not gonna be buying anything like this from him. I don't use the divine blessings. I have 9 of them in my inventory, and they're probably really helpful, but I just don't use them. Anyway, I am probably gonna be getting this. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting this. Why? Because bracing knuckle ring is handy.
Gone so soon. Be safe on your travels.
Alright, so, what is up here? I don't know if I can enter here yet. Can I open this? So basically what he was saying was that the queen, warned the king of the giants across the sea. See, this is the queen and king seat. I don't know which is which, but, so a little bit of a story. King, as you can probably guess, King Vendrick made the biggest discoveries on souls and what that meant in the world they lived in. He was basically like the greatest scientist to have ever existed. At least supposedly. I mean, I guess that's the best way I can put it. Honestly though, I don't know all about it. Like, for me, it's only because I can't do the two-handed strong attack. I don't like these guys. Okay, you all saw that, right? I definitely parried his arm. I definitely parried him. That one I didn't parry. Oh, I don't like those. Excuse you, sir. Then I attack from this side. But, King Vedrick basically was the one that came the closest to figuring out what made up the soul, like, discovering what the soul was, like, how that fit into the world of Dark Souls. That guy comes up, and then... You know, in all my efforts to parry these guys, like, in Dark Souls 2, it is so much hard, like, it is much more difficult to parry in this game than any other. But, that's just my opinion. I mean, it's not necessarily a great opinion, but that's what I think. It's harder to parry in this one, only because it, I have a hard time with it. Biggest tip I can give is saying that, you know, it's parrying the arm, not the weapon. But in this, it's hard to determine that anymore. But, I don't know. Alright, so... Day 1 reloaded. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, so what is this? This is going to be the most annoying room I can imagine. So I'm going to go the different route. It's another route that's up here. Gotta worry about this guy. I want to try and parry him. Did it work? No, it did not. I'm going to try parrying him again. And it didn't work again, so I'm just going to kill him. I'm sorry my heal does nothing. And I just keep on getting reminded of... Yeah, one of the things I keep on describing to my friend about this game, a friend of mine, he's a friend that actually got me into Dark Souls. I'm really upset at the fact that it takes so long to drink the Estus flask. Now, what I find is that he says that it just makes that, you know, that's part of the difficulty of it. You know, it makes you're complaining about something that makes the game harder. You know, I'm just thinking it doesn't make it harder, it makes it more annoying. And I'm like, and like, it's bad enough that it's a heal over time. Like, seriously, it's because it's a heal over time, it's a lot more, you need it to find out, yeah, it is a little bit more strategic of when you need to, of when you're allowed to drink. But at the same time, I feel kind of like, huh, this takes way too long to do anything about. I am loving the Black Knight album. And then I just dunk. This guy? This guy. Oh, I done goofed. But like, if I seriously feel like if you give a healing item that is supposed to be, you know, it's in the original game it was quicker, and I'm not saying like I'm not complaining about, oh well, it's the heal over time that upsets me. It's the time it takes to drink the heal over time, you know, because it shouldn't take so long. I complain a lot about this game. Sublime Bone Dust, that's really handy. You really need that. There are only 5 of them, 5 Sublime Bone Dust in the entire game, so it's really handy to get those. In the original game, it was Fire Keeper Souls. In this game, it's Sublime Bone Dust, which is you know, I can accept that. I can accept it, I guess. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I forget. I don't. Ow. Moron. How dare you. I think I opened the wrong door. I'm pretty sure I opened the wrong door. I opened the wrong door. Ow. But yeah, so I find it... I haven't fought any of these guys in a while, so I am having a serious trouble. I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run and I'm gonna heal. Because I can. They don't follow you through this little hallway. But yeah, see, that heal over time, I'm fine with that. It's a quick heal over time, so there's nothing to complain about. What I'm concerned most with is the fact that you give me the item that's supposed to be my main healing item. So you incentivize me to use the healing gems, which are a lot they're a lot quicker to use, but they don't do as much healing over time as, say, you know, the Estus flask should. I just died to string bean over here. I'm trying to find the one, the hole in it, and it has the Faram armor set. I don't know how to say it. It's F-A-R-A-A-M. But I was trying to think which one it was. Come out. I need to get my souls, please. I don't want to worry about this. I have to anyway, but you know what? Ow! Please don't hurt me. He hurt me. This area is frustrating because that guy I just killed, I used his souls to open the door. Because the way it works, the way everything in this area works, with the golems at least, if I kill it, that means that soul. If it's near any of the golems, that means I take its souls. That the door takes its souls. Like that was a whole thing with King Fenrir, using souls as the way to open doors, to do things, which is a very ingenious idea on From Software's part. However, these guys keep respawning no matter what. Now, they're not that difficult to deal with, obviously, but at the same time, it's just... I'm just kind of concerned at the fact that in every other area, if it has that mechanic, then it doesn't make any sense why it shouldn't happen in this area. So I'm going to try two-handing this. And then DPS this guy down. And I'm going to back up and heal. Because he can't hit me in here. Come here, Jimmy Junga. Yo, she. I DPS you. Alright, so it's really unnecessary to go over there. I don't remember what are in the other doors, but I really don't want to worry about that right now. Oh, crap. Anyway, what was I saying? So you don't need to worry about this, it's not a mimic, so don't hit it. Dark arrow. And this is where we get the first key to the it's considered the final DLC. Well, a lot of people like say it's probably the one you want to do last. I did that one first. It's frustrating, but I did it first. Soul of a Hero, Old Radiant, Life Gem, and a Monastery Charm. Anyway, yeah. I do Visions of Death, but for Hurrah for Life. I saw one here that said String Bean and Fatty or something like that. So many of those. It's very unbecoming. Everyone of them. Alright, so I am going to be going in that middle area that you saw down there with all the yellow stuff. Now this is just infuriating right here. This makes no sense why this is here. It's just a... Like, I'm gonna open this first because this is a trap. I'm pretty sure those are just torches. You know what? I'm not gonna open that chest because I'm pretty sure it's just torches. And it makes that area infuriating. Hello, sir. Hi, sir. I'm gonna regen my stamina, please. And then I'm gonna just... You come over here. Come to me. Come to me, big boy. I'm gonna pop this so you come towards me. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. There you go. This is what this weapon was made for. Probably not actually what it was made for, but it's just what I use it for. Fire, great arrow, and destructive great arrow. And then guess what? This guy comes alive too. So I just ship it in, and then slice. Back up. Okay. See, for some reason, it just doesn't like using stamina whenever it's refilling. I seriously don't understand that. A very important tip to note. See this? This is the Queen Nashandra. Be wary of women in short death. I'm gonna rate that because guess what? That has lore. That has a lore meaning. I'm gonna call it a lore meaning. you find out why. They really explain that well in the DLCs. I'm gonna give them that. Not a lot of stuff was done well with the when the DLCs came out. Like things made sense. Don't get me wrong. All right, so yep, there we go. This guy. Like, I hate this guy. Every single build you go, he's just annoying. And I can't even heal at all when he's around. That's exactly why I went, yeah, so glad you miss everything. Come towards me. There we go. Probably could have, take that. So one thing you need to note, one thing you need to notice whenever you're using halberd or any pike-like weapon, it has a sweet spot as its main damage point. We're off a skeleton. By the way, skeleton acquired a head. Sure, why not? But you need to keep in mind that. Which one is it? Wait, no, they don't come alive yet. You need to like go up here and then. And then he comes up, and then I just go over here and then. I'm gonna heal up. There is actually another bonfire nearby. But before I do anything, I want to make sure. Okay, so this ladder is very hard to see. At least for me it was. That guy comes alive. Alright, so I'm not going to rest at this bonfire. Well, I might actually. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to light the bonfire, and then I'm going to jump down here. There are items in this area. I'm not going to jump down there because that leads to certain death. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to jump down just to take care of this. Also, in here, there is a, this is the the hunter's black bow. I knew it was black something. Alright, so what you want to do here, you take off all your gear. And then take off all these, and then, I forgot that I had that hair. I completely forget if I like it or not. And okay. Oh, I'm gonna keep the weapon on. I don't think it's going to... Yeah, this is why I'm keeping the weapon on. I forget if this is actually worth it or not. And don't worry, it's not a mimic. At least last I checked it wasn't, so. Corrosive urn, which is actually really handy. Now, I don't know if there's any illusionary walls around here. As far as I know, there aren't. Very lovely locks. Alright, so what was I wearing? I was wearing dark armor. I was wearing the dark gauntlets, was it? I think it was the dark gauntlets. Maybe it was the Gurm warrior stuff. I'll put on the... Actually, try these and then... Okay. And then we put on the Gurm warrior boots. And the helmet. Yep, perfect. Wait, forgot. Shield. I just need to go up that. Got a shield. Alright. Royal Soldier's Ring to carry stuff. Bracing Knuckle Ring, so my stuff degrades less. 1-3 ring +1, so I can get more stamina back. And what was this one? I might have had the Ring of Blades. Was it? I think it was Covetous Gold Serpent Ring. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna use a Homeward Bone here. Because... yeah... Actually... I'm debating whether or not to go level up. Oh, I missed an item. I'm debating whether or not to go level up or continue on to the next boss fight. I'm probably gonna end the episode here. It was just basically me going through Drangleic Castle, worrying about all the little things, getting to the first boss area. I might actually. There is a boss here, so. Also an interaction with Queen Chandra, so I'm gonna go do that quick. I'm not gonna worry about. I'm not gonna worry about him. Oh no. Oh hey. Okay, so these guys don't res unless you are down there. 999. 1,000 damage. I'm okay with this. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Nishandra and do the boss. Meet Nishandra, everybody.
You have fought admirably on your journey, cursed undead. I am Nishandra, Queen of Drangleic. A true monarch carries the weight of their souls. The last king of this land. King Vendrick, as he was called. He found the strength to rule his people. And when the undead were born, cursed, he found more strength to face them. But in the end, he never took the true throne. Visit Vendrick. We have no need for two rulers.
Okay, so, funny thing about Nishandra, she has those evil-looking things about her, around her, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest, they're very evil-looking for a reason. Alright, so what are we going to be doing here? I'm not going to be loading him in, but I am going to be loading in Pilgrim Belclair. Why am I doing this? Because this boss fight is probably a lot better with 2 people. One person has a meat shield, the other person has the one worrying about everything else. I am going to be putting on something that doesn't over-encumber me, but I think that's going to be inevitable. I'll put this on, and I think I was wearing different gloves, so I'm going to put on something a little bit lighter. Definitely not those, because those are much heavier. I'm going to try these. These are a little bit better with physical. I think that's what I'm going to be working towards, rather. Also, it just puts me right under my limit. Meet the Dragon Riders! Except this time we have 2. Now I'm going to walk right over here, because I want this guy to hit... No, I want you to hit this, please. Because it brings him down, and it makes it much easier to deal with. This guy is very simple. And... see, these guys are really not that hard to deal with. Believe me. Oh, come on! Okay, focus on Belclair, please. Pilgrim Belclair will be fine. I just need to worry about this guy. See that? See how easy he is to deal with? Like, I'm using a very a high damage weapon, so... oh, ow. Oh, ow. Since I'm using a high damage weapon, it's really... I'm already going to be doing oodles of damage to him anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But basically what I'm trying to get at is that the second guy is really weak. Well, considerably weaker than this guy. Dicey. Dicey. And I have no room to dodge. Well, no standing, at least. Yep, that's right. Focus me, Pilgrim Belclair. You do what you do best. You Pilgrim Belclair. I bow to you. Grazie. Alright. I do need to say one more thing before I end this episode. Oh crap, I forgot to talk with him. Oh, I forgot to talk with the one guy. Oh, I need to go talk with him quick. Well, in between episodes. But, one thing I need to mention is that I like the Dragon Rider boss, and I like that they took it and made it something a little bit better in this version of it. But it's still the Dragon Rider boss. Not to mention this one is probably considerably easier than the other one, because in that one in the first Dragon Rider fight, you can fall off the ledge. In this one, the worst they can do to you is shoot you to death. And I'm not saying like reuse of the same boss is a bad thing, because they did that in the original Dark Souls. The Asylum Demon was the same as the Stray Demon, and the Fire Drake Demon, or whatever it was called. I can't even remember anymore, but like reuse of the same, like recycling the same boss, not to mention making it a mob later on. It's just the amount of times they used it in this game that kind of puts me okay. But that's what kind of puts me. That's kind of what makes it a grievance for me. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, so I'm gonna leave it at that. In between episodes, I'm gonna be. I will go level up. I'll also go and talk with the guy with the big sword by the forest that I forgot to talk to earlier. If you talk to him, he actually appears around here and he helps you with the next boss fight. But I'm gonna worry about that in the next episode. So with that, okay. Alright, with that I'm gonna end this episode here. I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you liked it, or a dislike depending on your preference. It helps me either way. Yeah, I understand it. I understand the message that you're sending. If you want, leave a comment. You know, anything helpful, what you thought, whatever. You know, that's what the comment sections are for. But with that, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks again, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Right ho, everyone.